So this is a Coachman Pastiche 462, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your gas bottle with your gas valve on top to turn the gas supply on and off. And you've got your gas pipe work that comes down to the gas bottle, which is a reverse thread fitment. You would need to turn the bottle on when you're on site and then turn it off when you are travelling. You can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles in the Caravan. On the side of the Caravan you have your Aldi heating and hot water flue. This is there to allow the heating system to breathe essentially. Don't need to do anything with that, but also you never cover that up. Down the bottom you have your wind down legs to stabilise the Caravan while it's on site. You'd never lift the Caravan with these legs, it could potentially damage the floor of the Caravan. On the side of the van you've also got your water pump connection, which you pull the blue trigger back to release it from the side of the Caravan, and then you push in with the blue trigger held back to lock it in. The actual pickup pipe drops down inside the aqua roll itself, as you can see here. Battery box, I've got that locked up at the moment so it doesn't get damp in there, but the battery is in there, and you've got your mains power lead coming out the side of the Caravan, and you've also got your motor mover power switch in there, which I'll show you while you're here on site. The motor mover and wheel nuts, I'll demonstrate the motor mover while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts as well before you leave site, so you can see they've been tightened to the correct manufacturer settings. The fresh water that goes in the front of the Caravan has to come out somewhere, so down the side of the van down here you've got your 2 grey waste pipes. They are covered up at the moment. You pull them flaps down, and then there's two large diameter holes where you'll put your 2 bits of grey pipe work into, and they'll drop down inside your waste master. Back of the Caravan here you've got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up with the key and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid for the flush system. You will need to keep an eye on the level. If it stops flushing, then I do advise you fill it straight away. The reason being is that it could potentially burn out the pump on the toilet system if not. At the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, which you open up again. You put the key in and open this up. You'll have a yellow handle at the bottom or an orange handle at the bottom, which you lift up to release the toilet waste cassette. There's a neck on the front of it that comes along the front here that you turn out 90 degrees, tip the waste away. The cap that is for that particular part is the measure for your pink and your blue fluid also. And there is an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the Caravan again you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the Caravan while it is on site. Coming down the door side of the Caravan you've got your 2 fridge vents. They are simply there to allow the fridge system to breathe. Behind one of these is also gas flue for when you're in the fridge on gas, and again you never cover these up. Side of the Caravan just here you have your barbecue gas point, so you can have the barbecue on the outside should you wish to. Then you've got a storage locker at the front here where you'll also find a 3-pin plug underneath the seat there, so you can have power coming out to your awning, and the last of the wind down legs. Going inside the Caravan now. Above the door, when I turn around, you'll see the main control panel for the Caravan. So you've got your master power switch just here on the left hand side. You've got your water pump, which I'll come back to in a moment. Just going to turn it off for a minute. You've then got your interior lights on and off, and your awning light for the outside of the Caravan. On the left hand side here you've got your voltmeter to show you how much power is in the 12-volt battery on board the Caravan. The first thing we always recommend you do when you get on site is to fill the water system up. So to do this you'll come over to every tap on board the Caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see I've already filled the system up. The blue side's got a bit of air in it, as you can see there, but the hot side I've already warmed up and that is ready to go. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to leave all those taps open on the hot side. That includes the shower. Then you'll come underneath the seat at the front right hand side of the Caravan, and in here you'll see 2 yellow valves. Those 2 yellow valves are actually the drain down valves for the Caravan. So when they're flat with the floor, that means you can fill the water system up. If they're upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it means they're on the drain position. We do advise after each use of the Caravan you open both of these valves up to drain all of the water out of the system on board the Caravan, and we also advise you put the taps into the central position and open between the hot and the cold. So them 2 valves are flat with the floor, as you can see. Obviously I've got the tap shut back off because I've already filled the system, but what we'll do is come over to the control panel above the door and you'll hit the water pump switch. The water system will then start filling up the system on board the Caravan. And once you have water running out of every tap on board the Caravan continuously, that means the water system is full and you'll be able to start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So on the control panel just here, the silver control panel that you can see, this is your control for your heating and hot water. You've got power on and off, bottom left hand side of the screen here. Just wait for it to load. On the screen, we've got an indicator to say the heating pump is running. Mains power is coming to the Caravan, and you've got the current internal temperature of the van as well. We'll hit the menu button and it will take us into the options for the Caravan. You've got minus or plus for your heating. I'm going to turn that all up to 30 degrees. So that is your heating options there, minus or plus. Below that you've got hot water on, halfway up here, and hot water boost when this bar is completely full. So you'd use the boost when you're showering on board the Caravan, and that works off either electric or gas. Below that you'll see a power symbol with 1 kilowatt next to it. What this refers to is the amount of power that is coming into the Caravan from the Caravan site you're on. You've either got off for your power supply coming in, 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. Here on site we can only run a maximum of 1 kilowatt, and some Caravan sites may be the same, but if you're not sure what to set that to, if you ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday, they'll advise you of what power they have available. If you want to run the heating and hot water system on gas, you'd need to make sure the gas bottle's turned on. You'd hit the flame symbol on the bottom left hand side of the screen, and then the gas system will self-ignite. If it comes up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen, that very simply means it has failed to ignite, and if it does fail to ignite on the first attempt, we'd advise you go to the hob, ignite the hob, which works the same as your household appliances, the same as the cooker and grill. Get the gas through onto there because it is the last point on the gas system, then come back over and hit the gas ignite button again. You have got some advanced options in here on these two options here. For these, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the Caravan, as if I try to explain in the video, it'd probably take me around 2 to 3 hours to complete. Next up is the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. You've got power on this left hand side here, press and hold, and the fridge will come on. At the moment, it's trying to ignite on gas, which, like I said, the gas isn't turned on at the moment, so it will fail to ignite in a moment. If it fails to ignite, it'll actually flash this gas symbol and the temperature bars here on the right hand side. I'll show you how to adjust this in a moment when we go through the mains electric options. To change the power source you want to use, press and hold the grey button. Oh, sorry about that. Press and hold the grey power button just here. The symbol will then start flashing, and you can use the arrows left or right to select the power source you want to use. So you've got 12 volt mode here for when you're travelling down the road and you connect it to the car. It essentially allows the fridge to work as a cool box when it is connected to the car. You hit the grey button and hit the grey button again because the temperature control is completely irrelevant on the cool box mode, and that will set the power source you're using. As you can see here, it is flashing away just due to the fact we haven't got the car connected at the front. We'll press and hold the grey button again and we'll go over to the 240 volt mode, to the mains power. We'll press the button to the left, hit the grey button so it selects the 240 mode, then we can use the arrows to adjust the temperature control or the temperature on the right hand side there. As you can see, the bar's coming down or up depending on which way you want to set it, and to set it again you'll press the grey button and that will select the power source you want to use for your fridge. You can turn the fridge off by pressing and holding the power button on the left hand side of the screen. It has also got an auto feature on here, so when I flash that, oh sorry, this one hasn't got the auto feature built in, so hit the grey button and we'll select it back to 240 volt mode. The microwave that you see in the Caravan is an eco microwave, so at the moment it looks like it's turned off. However, we hit the eco button and it will wake the microwave back up. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular Caravan is the toilet system. Oh, one other thing to note, towel rail in the bathroom holds a lot of heat even when it is turned off, so just be careful with hands, etc. while using the toilet facilities. On top of the toilet, you've got an indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full, which will illuminate red. You've got the flush button in the centre here. Like I said, you do need to make sure that toilet flush tank on the outside is completely filled. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, so it turns, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet cassette from underneath the Caravan, you need to make sure it's on the straight on position with the back part of the toilet. Below the toilet, you'll actually see there is a grey waste handle. We need to open that grey waste handle up, so push it across towards the wall of the Caravan prior to using the loo. Then to close it back off, you'll put it back in this central position here. You do need to make sure, like I said, that is shut when you remove that toilet waste cassette, as it could potentially damage the toilet waste cassette itself. So that is the Coachman Pastiche 462. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site later today. Thank you for now. Bye bye.